You've been doing everything right. You're eating, you're moving, you're trying to stay active. And yet something is changing in your body that no amount of good intentions seems to stop. Your legs feel heavier than they used to. Carrying groceries from the car wins you more than it should. You sit down on the couch and getting back up requires a moment, a pause that wasn't there 5 years ago. And the most frustrating part is that nobody gave you a warning. Nobody sat you down at 60 and said, starting now, your body is going to fight against you every single day when it comes to muscle. Nobody explained what was happening. You just started noticing your body feeling like it belonged to someone older. I want to talk to you today about why that's happening. The real biological reason, not a vague answer. And about something specific you can add to the coffee you're probably already drinking every single morning that can genuinely change the direction of what's happening inside your muscles. Stay with me, because the mechanism here is something most people have never had explained to them. Once you understand it, you'll never look at your morning routine the same way. Let's start with what's going on. After 60, your body enters a state that researchers have a specific name for: anabolic resistance. It's not a disease, it's a shift in how your muscles respond to signals that tell them to grow. Think about how muscle works. Every day, your body is in a constant cycle of breaking down and building tissue. In younger adults, this cycle stays balanced. You eat protein and the muscles rebuild efficiently. But after 60, your muscles become, in a literal sense, harder to reach. The signal is the same, but the response diminishes. Imagine sending a text to a friend. At 40, it went through immediately. Now, it's like a spotty connection. The message is still going out, but it's not always getting through. The response is slower and weaker. That's anabolic resistance, and it leads to a medical condition called sarcopenia, the loss of muscle mass. It's why people over 60 can eat plenty of protein and still lose muscle. Effort alone isn't enough. Muscle is not just about appearance. It's the tissue that keeps you upright when you lose your balance. It catches you when you slip on ice. It allows you to get up from a fall instead of lying there. It's the metabolic engine of your body, burning calories, regulating blood sugar, and protecting joints. It quite literally determines how independently you live in the next decade and the one after that. After 30, most lose 3 to 5% of muscle per decade. By 60, that adds up to 20%, gone. And after 60, without active intervention, that rate doesn't slow down, it accelerates. But here's what changes everything. Muscle is a living, adaptive tissue. It responds to signals. Research shows the body can build muscle into its 80s. The capacity is there, the threshold is just higher. The key to overcoming this comes down to one amino acid, leucine. It's the trigger for muscle synthesis. It's the specific signal, the key that fits the lock, that tells cells to shift into building mode. When leucine reaches your muscles, it activates the mTOR pathway, which initiates building new protein. When you're over 60, the threshold is higher. You need more leucine, and you need it delivered faster. This is where whey protein comes in. It matters more than almost any other nutritional change you can make. Whey has the highest leucine concentration of any natural protein source, higher than eggs, chicken, or beef. A 25-gram serving delivers the 2.5 to 3 grams of leucine needed to trigger synthesis in adults over 60. It also digests rapidly. Unlike meat, whey hits the bloodstream quickly. That speed matters. Muscle protein synthesis has a window. A slow protein source might arrive after that window starts to close. A 2017 meta-analysis of over 50 studies found that leucine-rich protein increased mass in older adults. The effect was most pronounced in adults over 60, where the gap between need and intake was largest. Now, the coffee. This is so practical because you already drink coffee almost every single morning. You don't have to create a new routine, you simply add to the one you already have. Blending whey into your coffee creates something nutritionally different. It's the precise signal your muscles need. Morning matters because after a full night of sleep, your body has been in a fasted state for many hours. During that time, your body has been pulling amino acids from your muscles. They are in a catabolic state. Giving them leucine first thing in the morning interrupts that catabolic window and flips the switch to repair. You're giving your muscle cells the specific message they've been waiting for since you went to sleep. Now, how to do this correctly? The first thing most people get wrong is the temperature. If you pour whey directly into hot coffee, it clumps. The heat causes the protein to coagulate. The right method: mix your whey in a separate glass first with room temperature water. Stir until smooth. Then add your coffee gradually while stirring continuously. The result is a smooth, creamy drink. If you have a milk frother, use it. The texture becomes closer to a cafe latte than a supplement. For flavor, vanilla or unflavored works best. Chocolate works too. Avoid fruit flavors in hot coffee. The second thing is the dose. 1 full scoop is the target. Below 20 grams, you don't clear the threshold. Check the label. You want at least 2.5 grams of leucine per serving from a quality whey. Third, quality. Look for minimal additives. Whey isolate is higher in protein and lower in lactose. Fourth, the coffee itself. Caffeine has been shown to directly improve muscle function and performance. It activates the central nervous system, allowing muscles to contract with greater force. A 2020 study confirmed caffeine before activity amplifies the muscle-building signal. It's synergistic. The range is 2 to 3 cups per day. Beyond that, you risk elevating stress hormones that break down muscle. Let me tell you about a patient, a 71-year-old engineer. He was sharp, but physically struggling. He'd lost enough strength in his legs that he'd stopped hiking. He'd catch himself hesitating on stairs. His breakfast was coffee and toast. That's it. No protein until lunch, leaving his muscles catabolic for 14 hours. We made one change, a single scoop of whey protein in his morning coffee every day. At 1 month, his morning walk felt slightly less effortful. Not a transformation, but a shift. By the end of the 2nd month, he noticed something. He was getting out of chairs more easily. At 3 months, he went back to a hiking trail he'd given up on. He made it to the top. It wasn't just a hike. It was a piece of his identity he'd quietly accepted losing, and then got back. That's what this is actually about. Staying capable, staying independent, staying the person you've always been. Now, some notes on caution. If you have a kidney condition, speak with your doctor before increasing protein.